Hello. I am Jack, and I know best. And I am here to prove that each and every Monday by showing off how fantastic my best ball skills are over on Underdog Fantasy. And you can join me by using promo code NONSENSE when you sign up for a free $25. And tonight, I am joined by two characters that I showed off all year last year that I know better than them. I am joined by @Donald McJordan and @ThatFFNerd, Jason Draven, as we prepare for the launch of our Friday night podcast, previewing the matchups heading into the weekend. Can they beat me in best ball? Do they know better than Jack? The answer is no, but they'll try their best. Welcome in, my friends. Welcome back, my rivals. It is so good to see you. Jordan, this is your second time on the show, third time on the show?
It is my third time on the show. Thanks for counting. Thanks for paying attention. But it's
clearly wasn't that memorable.
Yeah, clearly not.
Well, it depends if you count the times you were on the show but not actually on the show. You know,
right.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I was technically
playing
on
along
week,
in the audience.
But no, this is my third time actually like on camera being on the show, and I had a great time the first two times. I think third time's a charm in terms of knowing best, but considering I did know best the first two times, I think this is just gravy at this point.
Well, I think you're just lying there. But you know who won't lie to you is our friend @ThatFFNerd, Jason Draven. Jason, thank you so much for joining us live on air for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have pretty fancy graphics and everything else going on, getting a sponsor. I don't know if I belong here, so I guess I'll just ride along and figure out what's happening as we go.
I mean, to be fair, we're all just riding Steve's coattails. I'm just the pretty face that they put on the product. Steve is the mastermind.
Hold on. You were the pretty face until you lost the Pit Vipers. And now I don't know. Now it's questionable.
I didn't lose them. I misplaced them. And no, I know where they are. They will be back.
All I know is the Pit Vipers are the star of this show, and they haven't made an appearance for like 3 weeks now. So,
yeah, I am a mess. What can I say? Both in my personal, private, and best ball life, I am an absolute mess. But it's okay because I still know best.
Not like you don't know Jack.
See, there it is. I was waiting for it. And what do we get?
You
3 minutes. We got 3 minutes in. 3 minutes in.
See, I thought it was gonna be me who would say something like that. It's usually me who makes the bad jokes, but
yeah, it works out.
I think so far through the little over month that we've done this in order, like the most popular aspects of this show are number one, the Pit Vipers, number two, Jack's cat interruptions. Those are very popular. Number three, I'm going to go with superfan Dave out in the audience, basically every show. And then number four, me, and then Jack right there, number five. I mean, you made the top five. Congratulations.
I think you're wrong. I don't think I make the top five because I rank behind the board behind your beautiful head there because it is a beautiful board.
That's right. And I didn't update it this week because, laziness. So.
Jason and Jordan aren't that.
It's still got Grogu on there. That's good enough, right?
Yeah, they don't need a logo.
Oh, and you know what? If the board's 5, I think the Wheel of WoW probably 6. So I guess that puts you firmly at 7.
Lucky number 7, though.
All right.
All right. So we'll hop in the draft here. It looks like there's quite a few people left. So if you want to join us and you think you know better than Jack, then hop in the $5 draft on Underdog Fantasy. And when you sign up, use promo code NONSENSE for a free $25.
It's filling up quickly.
Yeah, just all of a sudden.
Draft.
So the $5 12 person, Jason, since you've never done this with us before.
Yeah, clearly. $5 12 person. Okay. 54 is a thing, I'm assuming. We'll see. Hopefully this is right.
Yes, should be.
Okay.
Waiting for it. 3 people.
And just remind me, is this half PPR or full PPR?
This is
Half
half.
PPR.
Half? Okay. That's what I thought. I just want to make sure.
And so if you are playing at home, and for Jason, we explained it to Jason already, but just in case he forgot already, because we do know he has that short
Or he zoned
attention
you
span.
out. Like,
Yeah, I have
He
no
does
idea.
that
I'm still
quite
trying to figure
often.
this whole thing out. We're working on it. It says it's all filled. Oh no, they're waiting on 2 people.
yeah.
Oh, so you're in it. Perfect. Good
I
job,
guess.
Jason.
Woo!
All right. And so the way the game works is we spin the wheel of WoW. The wheel tells us what position we will pick for that round. For this example, this unfortunately is just a test because this would have been a really good
Oh,
one.
so with the other one too. Like I'm
Yeah,
getting
other one
running
was
back,
running
wide
back.
receiver.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
and
no.
The
board
draft
fills
starts
up,
in 6.
and it's me and Jack at the front.
Oh,
Oh,
Mike Manning
no.
at 6. I'm at 5.
Sweet, 1.8. I'm good with that.
All right. So
All
we're
right,
going to
so
do the
spin
first
the wheel.
spin. Wheel of WoW. Name pending.
Not
Be nice.
quarterback.
Be
Not
nice.
quarterback. Not quarterback.
Not tight end.
Oh.
That sucks for you. Well, actually sucks for us because you're ahead of us.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Yeah, drafting 101.
It is great news for Todd 8282.
yeah, and so is Chop is that guy, pal.
It is fantastic news for Todd.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well,
It's fine. It's fine. It's great. It's great. It's fine.
The wheel's already on
Could've
our
been
bad
worse.
side.
and now this is I think this is going to work out all right for you and me, Jack, because now with the Aaron Rodgers news, I think you can firmly plant Devontae Adams right back at number 1 or 2, depending on your feelings.
Oh, well, you already know my feeling. I've been saying it for weeks now that Devontae Adams is the wide receiver 1 because Aaron Rodgers was never going anywhere. It was always going to be a last dance, and here we are. We know he's back. Devontae Adams, last dance there too. He's going to score 20 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers is going to throw for 50. Let's go, Packers.
And you know what? I'm going to throw you a bone here, Jordan, and I'm going to do something I have not done this entire offseason, and I am going to take Tyreek Hill.
Oh, I thought the bone was going to be Tyreek Hill because I was like not.
No, I'm
Absolutely
throwing you a
going
bone and giving you Stephon Diggs because
Yeah.
that's my number 1 wide receiver. But I've got a lot of shares of Diggs. This will be my first share of Tyreek Hill all offseason.
I'm pretty sure doing these drafts, I think I have taken. Look at these guys and their running
They're
backs.
so excited for Catherine Cook.
Right?
Yeah, I think I have
Even
shares
Jaker
of,
6485 is going to be sitting pretty
he's gonna
because
get
Mike is
Camaro
also
or-
playing. Yeah. Henry or whoever you want.
Yeah, I have a ton of shares, not tons, but like playing this game of I think Diggs and Hill just because of the first round wide receiver. But yeah, I'm gonna take Diggs here. I was tempted because I totally forgot about Devontae Adams until I scrolled down. I think if it got to it and those guys were unavailable and we didn't know about the Rodgers news, I would have been tempted to take Calvin Ridley just
Right.
because of just that massive target share he's going to have. And in best ball, like I'll get his best weeks. Just because like, I don't think I have much Calvin Ridley this year so far.
There goes Derrick Henry. All right, so the nerd is on the clock. 4 wide receivers already gone.
Brandon
What do you
Cooks
want?
is on the board.
I know. I think I can wait though. I think I can wait.
Yeah, I think you're all right waiting.
I mean, they're getting rid of Randall Cobb, man. There's more
I don't
targets
know.
on them.
Keenan
So-
Allen? Is this your Keenan Allen here?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out how the heck you even draft these people here.
Uh-oh. He's going to run out of time.
Click the star just in case.
He's going
Oh,
to
no.
default Alvin Kamara.
Oh,
He got
Oh,
Ridley.
he
Okay.
got Ridley.
it's good.
Big Calvin Ridley fan, eh, Jason?
I do. I really like Calvin Ridley. I think he's going to be the one, and I think that Matt Ryan's definitely going to be throwing a lot, so that helps.
That defense is quite terrible still.
Yeah, nothing has really changed. It just we already saw what Ridley can kind of
Come
do.
on.
Yes,
Oh, man.
yes,
There
let's
we
go. I don't think he's coming back to me though. I don't think I'm going to get.
No, here's what's going to happen.
Round.
Kelsey is
Second
going to
round.
go before it gets to you for sure.
Yeah. And I've
Oh,
got
no.
Jason and Mike ahead of me, so I could say goodbye to 2 of those 3 guys.
So Waller and
There goes Kelsey.
probably gone. Yep, there goes Kelsey.
Oh my!
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
There's a chance Waller goes.
Okay, let me just say, how does like the guy at 111 got Kamara, the guy at 112 gets Barkley? If you want free money, come on to Underdog Fantasy, do their best ball drafts.
That's right. Promo code nonsense. Come along and play with us.
Every Monday, free money because tight end in round 2. It's fine when you take Travis Kelce at the 110, and it'll be fine when you take Darren Waller in the second round. George Kittle even.
Oh, no.
There's Waller.
There it is. I knew it.
I thought for sure he was coming back to me.
Oh my God.
That's unfortunate.
You're probably still getting Kittle, so I mean, come on, Jaden Kapla. Jaden Kapla, please take Kittle. Please take Kittle. Damn.
The nerd is the bit. Unless he wants to do the Falcon stack, the Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts Falcon stack. You know, the Falcons are going to be throwing quite a bit.
And then potentially get Matt Ryan later. No, I can't do it. I like Kittle too much, and I have him in my keeper league. So
that was absolutely the right.
Now, what does Mike do? Does he go Pitts? Is he that guy, or does he take Hawk?
How is Mike in here? Why do we keep allowing him to play things?
Why not?
Yeah, he's sniping me of a tight end, so I kind of agree right now.
You know what, Jason? Beggars can't be choosers. So
here's what I want to know: why did Mark Andrews surpass T.J. Hawkinson in ADP? Is it because like regular casual players are getting back into it?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. There's also been quite a bit of T.J. Hawkinson slander on the timeline lately, saying that he's not good after the catch. He doesn't score touchdowns. He's not. This isn't the year.
I mean, he's going to get 200 targets this year. Like, what don't you hate about that?
That's my thing, especially.
TJ.
So I did one Hawkinson, and of course that Mike took him from me. So I am going to go with Kyle Pitts, which I don't like, but.
Steve left with Mark Andrews or Dallas Goedert.
You need to go with Jarwin here.
I have to take Andrews. I don't like it, but I have to do
because that's like directly against your favorite player, right? That ruins his value.
No.
You could take Goddard. You could take Fant. You could take Higbee.
No,
you don't have to take Andrews.
It's we talked about this the other day. Like it's weird how it breaks down. You've got the top 3, the big 3 at tight end. Then I feel like Hawkinson is kind of in a purgatory all by himself. And then I feel like Andrews is in a next tier kind of all by himself. And then you got everybody else.
Yeah, but
including Kyle Pitts, who of that other group has like the most upside, but it's rookie tight end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just hoping that there's a couple weeks where he like has. Oh my
God.
Oh,
we're all going 0 RB today, boys.
Yeah.
Oh boy! All right,
which one are these not going to work out? These guys are going to roll us hard.
Look, either way, you're either going to take AJ Brown or Justin Jefferson, and I get whoever's left over. So I'm not complaining.
I mean, AJ Brown with the 301 is fantastic value. AJ Brown, you know, I am upset actually. The Madden rankings came out today. AJ Brown not a top 10 wide receiver. He doesn't even have a 90 overall. That is erroneous. That is garbage. Madden, what are you doing? AJ Brown is at worst a top 5 receiver in the NFL.
That's your problem, Jack. You should disregard the Madden ratings and everything that Madden associates itself with.
Exactly.
Those make yourself so much happier.
They haven't known what they're doing at EA in years, other than raking in cash. That's kind of what they do.
And disregarding everything else on their game. Well, I'm going to have my pick of the litter here.
Yep. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for a wide receiver to go here. He's already got 2 running backs.
Yeah.
And that is the thing here, though. You feel good about these receivers in the third round still.
McLaurin.
This is proper value for these guys. It's just the tight end that.
Right, in the middle of it. and having to start with wide receiver. Yeah.
Devontae Adams 101. Just, okay, maybe this isn't that good.
Yeah, I'm going to take Keenan Allen. It was either between Keenan Allen or Allen Robinson.
All right,
it's not right now.
It's got to be Allen Robinson here, right?
Yeah, since Mike's actually Lamb.
Oh,
Mike's a big
Maybe.
CeeDee
Lamb
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Steve's
All right.
happy about that one.
Interesting. All right,
Steve
so now we've got the nerd. Does he take Allen Robinson or Robert Woods on the moon?
I'm curious. Well, but then I don't know if he's coming back because I don't know what I'll get in the next round.
Yeah, see,
Then I would really
you got to
like
take the
Woods
players that
here.
you want. If you're in love with Robert Woods, you have to do it
Yeah, because
because you have there's no guarantee.
God dang it! I don't like this. Why do you feel this way?
Welcome to my personal hell, Jason. Every week I am drafting
Nice.
players that I don't feel good about drafting where I get them. Devontae Adams, 101. Like, what world is this?
I think after the Akers injury, I have like Allen Robinson and Robert Woods right next to each other. So
this running back room is disgusting.
oh, they're
What
probably
about-
all gone by now. Yeah, QB, 0 RB for sure.
Got to be joking right now.
Oh, boy.
As I bang my desk over my camera.
Well, knock on wood, no quarterback has been taken yet. So if it stays that way, Jason, you'll have everyone at your disposal.
Yep.
There goes the Tampa Bay wide receiver room.
Right.
Well, I mean, you could have had either one of them, Jason.
Right.
Yeah, but
why?
we all know the Brown's still available. So if I'm going for a home run, that's of those three, that's probably who I'd go with.
Especially at his ADP.
So who is Jason's quarterback one? That is the question.
Josh Allen. Gotta
Is
be.
that it?
We all know this.
Gotta be Josh Allen.
Justin
You know
Herbert?
what? Yeah, that's what my guess would be.
No,
Justin
it's-
Herbert.
It's got to be a guy in that top tier that isn't the guy that plays against the Chargers twice a year. So it's got to be Josh Allen.
Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray. A lot of ways Jason could go here.
Yeah,
And
let's
Jason
see.
Yeah,
is on the clock.
But I have him ranked at the top, so I can't not take him here, which is way too early. But the rushing ability and the upside is there.
Nice.
It's definitely Kyler Murray.
I like it. It's my guy.
There is nothing wrong with Kyler Murray as QB1.
So now Mike is going to take Mahomes.
Absolutely.
Well, you never know. I think he will. Does take Mahomes.
No,
You know what?
Auto pick.
I am okay with taking Josh Allen just because I have Diggs, so I will take that stack.
And honestly, you guys are probably going to end up with Dak would probably be my next guy off the board. And I'm guessing that leaves Jack with his guy Jackson, and he's just coasting
Well,
the
we
rest of the
still
day.
got 2 picks ahead of them, so hopefully they throw a wrench and everything because then Jack will get screwed.
Why you got to be like that?
Because everybody's two people got QB.
Well, this is the beauty of best ball too, because if you're going purely by my rankings, I would take Dak here. I have him ranked 2 spots higher than Lamar, but I was already
That's my
forced
guess.
to take Mark Andrews. So taking Lamar Jackson would give me the stack.
And we know that you're going to try and get Bateman later. So
Exactly. Always.
That's disappointing. And so it would be nice if I could grab a quarterback to stack
I would
here.
have thrown you a bone there, but this is my only chance to stack. There was never gonna. I was never gonna get a Cowboy that I would be happy with to go with
Yeah.
Dak.
Wait, before you press that, spin to see what
Oh yeah,
what's next.
Good call.
make sure you
Before
have
I-
it starred up and then spin.
I've got Dak on the board, and then
Yeah.
running back,
Oh,
wide receiver.
nice.
Finally,
Perfect.
some choice in my life.
I was gonna say Chris Carson, but he's
oh,
long gone. God,
Man.
it's real ugly.
Oh boy!
God, we're in trouble.
All
Punt the
right.
position.
Yeah. Tyler Lockett or David Montgomery. That is the. No, I gotta go Demo. I think he is still under like 5th.
Damn.
I thought David Montgomery was going to be overrated heading into this year because he finished so strong. He finished as the RB5, I believe, overall. And now he's not. He's going in the 5th round. So I still like the value, even though they do have Damian Williams, even though Tariq Cohen it might be there at some point. Maybe. I don't know. What are you going with, Steve?
I'm punting running back.
I think you have to now that I've taken.
You took Montgomery, and that was my last top 20 guy on the board. So
Miles Sanders. Todd would disagree with you taking Miles Sanders.
So I'm going to take a running back here. I have to, because I don't screw myself. I don't know.
Do it.
No, I'm going to do the floor play. I think that Josh Jacobs is a better best ball because I think he could have some good weeks. But I'm going to go with Mike Davis just because there's nobody else on that team to run the ball.
Mhm.
Jason will think that Inspector Gadget himself, Cordero Patterson, will steal carries away. And Javian Hawkins is not that big. He's not going to be able to do what Mike Davis does. I think Mike Davis is going to have a ton of rushing attempts if he can stay healthy. Knock on wood.
Until Adrian Peterson gets signed.
Oh, don't say that.
120 of them.
That.
Long shot here with
Darrell Henderson in the 5th round to Mike
Nice.
Manning.
Wow.
I like it.
Darrell Henderson over Travis Etienne over Josh Jacobs. The interesting thing here is how far does Michael Thomas fall?
Right, because of the injury.
Well, and you have to remember a couple years ago, AJ Green, he wasn't playing because he was actually hurt. He had the foot injury to start, and then he just never ever came back. And it's like, the Bengals are so bad. Why would I come back? Is there a chance that happens in New Orleans this year? And could all the Michael Thomas draft stocks just be complete garbage at this point? Could Michael Thomas sit the entire year?
Oh,
Wow.
Jason.
5th round, Damian Harris.
I thought-
I don't know if I'm getting a running back next time, so I'm going to get my running back.
Oh, Nelly.
That's spicy. Oh, well,
another wide receiver.
really glad I took a running back.
There's a lot of great options on for wide receiver still, though. So
Yeah,
that's pretty deep here.
I mean, we've done enough of these that I feel fairly confident that I'll probably end up with Leonard Fournette, Melvin Gordon, David Johnson in some capacity in the back end later rounds because nobody wants them, and I'll just take them and take a ton of valuable wide receivers.
Ugh. Damn. Kind of like Johnson there.
It is nice. Sixth round is where you kind of want to be taking these guys. Brandon Ayuk, Kenny Golladay. Brandon Ayuk falling to the 6th round is great value, actually. Deontay Johnson off the board, which is disappointing. The wide receiver 1.
Yes.
Jason going to be taking Chase Claypool here for sure.
Absolutely not. Not even on my board.
When we come back through here in the 7th round, I would not complain if we spun running back.
Really hoping that comes back around.
There's still some okay value on the board at running back.
That's frustrating.
Javonte Williams off the board. Denver's starter. Denver's bell cow. Melvin Gordon.
Just because where we are too, if we had spun running back here, it would have really screwed me because then you all would have been taking one ahead of me, and I don't have any as is. Whereas I only have to deal with Jack in front of me if we can get it in an odd round.
I don't know if you noticed this. Jaden Kapla, 5 running backs his first 5 picks.
Oh, no.
My goodness.
Zeke, Nick Chubb, Najee Harris, Jake. They're great running backs, but you can only start 3 of them.
Drafted
Etienne.
Jaden, you can only start 3 of them. Jaden, what are you doing,
everything
Jaden?
else.
You know what? He's realized what we're doing, and he's like, you know what? I'm just going to just screw them even more.
Yep. No, it's
Pile as much as I
he is
can.
taking robust RB to the max.
Gobbling up that value.
Oh.
Oh, Jaden Kapla, what are you doing?
Sweet, sweet Kenny G.
I like it.
So I'm hoping
Chasing
Mike
outside for
doesn't
sure at
take
this
my
point.
guy. Mike takes my guy. I'm going to be upset.
He's definitely going to take your guy.
Here it comes. It's coming.
Drum roll, please. Mike doesn't know what he's going to do. Mike
He's
wants
torn.
to take.
Okay.
Oh,
thank
Odell
God.
Beckham.
So, I mean,
I think you're going to take my guy.
I am going to take your guy. I can't not take him. I just wrote a piece on him. If you haven't read it yet, go on importantnonsense.com. Read my piece about Cortland Sutton. He is so undervalued this year.
It depends on who you think quarterback's going to be.
Not really, because he has had success with Locke. I think he's that good. I'm not worried about Judy or Fant stealing away targets. I think that he will end up leading the team in targets. I think he's that good, and I think he's got something to prove. Going into contract year, it just makes sense.
I am all about the Cortland Sutton blow-up season. Devastated you took him, though. Devontae Smith off the board. Devontae Smith has really skyrocketed lately. 6th round.
You know what? By punting on running back, I already have 3 starting wide receivers. I feel like I'm pretty set.
This is going.
Oh,
you're going Bateman. Interesting.
Okay.
Takes the big risk.
So I take Michael Thomas as my 4th wideout, but now I've got Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and Michael Thomas.
Yeah, maybe at that point they'll have actually switched to Jameis.
And by the time we get halfway through the season, who knows?
Yeah,
I'm drafting Michael Gallup.
Come on, running back.
Oh, Steve is the big winner.
The gamble pays off.
And you guys get the good end of the stick.
No, there's plenty good options here. We got a whole list that I'm set with. We're cruising.
Chase Edmonds versus Michael Carter is my question. I like both of them. I don't know.
With more touches.
Pardon?
I'd go with more touches.
Probably Michael Carter.
That's why I said that. Yes, I would go with Michael.
Yeah,
Carter.
I'll hedge from Ty Johnson today. I'll go with Michael Carter.
I was gonna say, but how can he do that when he's behind Ty Johnson?
Well, no, Michael Carter was always going to be the pass catcher in New York, and that's okay. And Chase Edmonds is a great pick too, but they're pretty much the same guy. Michael Carter and Chase Edmonds. They're both going to catch a lot of passes out of the backfield. Michael Carter, though, he might be used on the goal line because he is heavier than Chase Edmonds, who weighs like 140 pounds. Did you know in Chase Edmonds' career, he has 1 carry inside the 5-yard line?
I'd believe that.
He is not getting that goal line work, whereas Michael Carter,
but that's why they brought in James Conner.
Yeah, and that's why I took Michael Carter, because Michael Carter, he at least weighs over 200 pounds. He's got that going for him. Ty Johnson's
I was split there between Hunt and Edmonds was my debate. And again, one of them has to deal with James Conner and the other's dealing with Nick Chubb. So
yeah, and
when you're a pretty easy tiebreaker.
When you're a satellite back for a team that doesn't pass.
This is tough. I went
2 seconds. 1 second.
Oh, I have him queued up. That was tough. I just went I looked at all the rest of the guys, and he should
starting running back.
He should be the starting running back in Buffalo. The rest of the guys are either splitting time. I'm not worried about Devin Singletary. He didn't do that much when he had the job. When Zach Moss went down, he was very, very average, and I just think Moss is the better running back. So yeah, I went with him. A little bit of a reach, but I mean, we're kind of at the point now where we got slim pickings. Mm-hmm. So,
well, Zach Moss does everything the same as Devin Singletary, except he weighs 20 extra pounds. He's faster and heavier, and Devin Singletary is small and slow and bad.
Gonna go with Rojo, your guy?
Nope.
Oh, James Robinson.
It's BestBall, right? I have to swing for the fences here and just hope that he is actually the running back that they want to use.
Certainly seems like he's going to be the goal line back, if nothing else.
Ooh, some freedom here. Little RB wide receiver action here. Get to expand our horizons.
So there's how many running back slots left on the board? 3?
There are 3 mandatory plus a flex and a super flex.
Gotcha.
Which is the ideal setup for me. I typically want 5 running backs in BestBall. Although I might want more given how this is shaken out.
Ooh, Judy Brown Shark.
Bo Nose Jackson on the clock. Oh, hey, Jaden finally took a QB. Justin Herbert to stack with his
6 running backs.
6 running backs.
Uh-huh. 6. You don't see that 1 QB, 6 RB build very often.
Maybe they know something we don't.
The best part of that would be if they all had the same bye week, because that would have been. Oof. He's got 3 of them on the same bye week.
Oh boy!
I think he counted for that. I think he'll be all right.
He hedged his bet with all the others.
Oh no, Zeke's on bye in week 7, the same time as Najee Harris. I got to get J.K. Dobbins and Travis Etienne.
There goes Brady and Rodgers. I hope you guys out there really enjoyed getting Aaron Rodgers at a discount for the last month.
I did.
And especially for the last 2 days when people erroneously thought he was going to retire.
Oh, the Vegas sports books have taken him off. He's going to retire. Yeah, okay,
You
Mike
knew he was
Florio.
playing when Florio broke a report. Okay, now he's back.
James Conner to the nerd.
Getting all the goal line carries.
Yeah, get the goal line backs.
Back to back, be set.
James Conner, James Robinson, and Damian Harris. What an uninspiring backfield for the nerd.
It's beautiful. Getting all the touchdowns is fine. Especially when just Mac is in.
Mike Manning with Darrell Henderson, Kareem Hunt, DeAndre Hunt. Mike's shaping up to be a pretty
Mike's got a decent team.
Not as good as mine. Mike does not know best. I know best.
Ooh, and he goes Visca. I like it.
No, Mike! Why would you do that?
Because he's a fan of the show.
I have way too much Will Fuller in these on Underdog. I mean, not that that's a bad thing. It's best ball, but I'm going to switch it up here.
Remember when we first started doing this and you never had a share of Will
I never
Fuller,
had. And
now you have too much?
Now I have too much. So I'm
That's
going to
what
go.
Best ball will do to you.
That's true. I'm going to go with Curtis Samuel.
And Curtis Samuel is a great second option because what we know about Ryan Fitzpatrick, he makes wide receiver twos. Remember Chris Godwin with Ryan Fitzpatrick? Just,
Oh, do you remember Eric Decker?
Yeah, Eric. He just pumps out these wide receiver twos because he is just going to sling it.
Well, and the part of the reason I even went with Connor is because the guy took the wide receiver I wanted in Williams, and I was like, I want at least one of them. So I guess I'll go with Connor.
That was Jaden Kapla's our wide receiver 1, Mike Williams.
Yeah, I really like that as a pick. I mean, he's definitely swinging for the fences there. Oh, Steve, you're up.
I know.
Is it too early for Bateman?
No, it's never too early for Bateman. Oh, getting a running back. Good for you.
Well, thank you for letting me draft Will Fuller because that is just perfect. I love drafting Will Fuller.
There ended up being a whole bunch of running backs here that I was torn on.
Man, of course, Hurts just went off the board.
Quarterback.
Ugh.
And who is my
All right,
quarterback going to be? Ooh, love it.
You have to make a Will Fuller pick before that, right?
Yeah, don't worry. He's in my queue.
Okay.
I got to figure it out. Will Fuller and then Ryan Tannehill.
Oh.
Ryan Tannehill to stack with A.J. Brown. That is chef's kiss. Salt Bay. Just sprinkle some of that into my lineup. Michael Gallup and Dak Prescott boom weeks. Ryan Tannehill and A.J. Brown boom weeks. This is just let's go. Titans Cowboys stack. We love it. Oh, and Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow stack. We also like that from Steve. Not as good as
the whole reason I took Lamar was because I thought there was no chance I'd be able to stack anything else. And then here I am with Joe Burrow.
Todd doesn't work for us, does he? Mm-hmm. We need to get that guy fired if that's the case.
So I wanted Stafford, and I don't really have a really good stack. I'm not going to draft either of the Denver guys. I think it's a little too early.
You could take Matt Ryan, stack with Kyle Pitts.
Seriously?
No.
That's my
I'm just going to do it.
I was going to say Fitzpatrick to go with you.
I said it's too early, but you know what? The way that we're drafting, it's never too early.
Yeah.
Just take your guys.
And they have different bye weeks. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Even though, yeah.
Come on, fall to me, baby. Fall to me.
But I love the Patrick Mahomes Trey Lance combo. Hope that Lance is starting by week 12.
Give me the stack.
And we all know that Jack loves Trey Lance over Justin Fields.
In a single quarterback, when you're just shooting for upside, Trey Lance has infinite upside. Justin Fields has very, very, very high upside.
Easily our most popular highlight on the channel right now.
Just undermines all of Jack's work.
Jack's zero integrity.
No hope for that kid.
All right, Jaden Kapla, take that 7th RB.
Oh, spin the wheel.
I separate my love for the player.
Wait, he got a wide receiver?
Oh, hello. Not
Mike
only a wide
Williams
receiver,
and Michael Pittman. Now he's just collecting mics.
The wide receiver 1 in Indianapolis.
Now he's just
Jack, we need
collecting
to spin that
mics.
wheel,
wide
baby.
receiver.
Spin that wheel.
Oh, yeah, get that wheel of wow going.
Dun, 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 dun.
More
And
wide
another
receiver.
wide receiver off the board.
Okay.
Who is left? Oh,
Moonshot,
Nicole
baby.
Hardman, the Dolphins guys, Darnell Mooney.
Well, one of you sons of bitches is going to do it. So it's just a matter of which one.
It's definitely going to be Jordan. I can
And
feel
then
it
I
coming.
have to decide who do I want otherwise.
Can't believe
Oh,
Steve.
what the?
just-
I'll take that one.
Sorry, I just realized that Cook's left. How rude.
Yeah,
Right,
getting
right
upset. I'm
before
like,
you were
he's
going to
gonna be
take a
there.
wide receiver, too.
could have got the wide receiver one in Houston. Could have got a top 10 wide receiver in Brandon Cooks.
Absolutely not
that's-
going to come for
For
it.
those listening, that's not my opinion. Oh, please
That's
don't
me.
clip that. Please do not.
All right,
Absolutely
clip
cook
that,
that.
put it on the socials. Got it.
Anyways, Brandon
Done.
Cooks. Jason thinks he's a top 10 wide receiver this year.
That's because he is. That's fine.
And who's he going to take now? And Marvin Jones off the board. I know Jason's a big Marvin Jones guy as well.
I think this is where Jason takes Mooney.
It's you know me too well because that's absolutely what I'm doing. And this guy doesn't pick him, which I'm. You.
Oh,
Who is this guy? I am so mad. James, I don't know who you are, but you are also getting fired.
Wow.
Because I have.
Mike Williams,
Yeah.
Michael Pittman,
Damn.
Darnell Mooney, and then 6 running
And
backs.
6 running backs
And
Three of
Justin
them
Uh,
on the same bye week.
and Justin Herbert. Amazing.
I'm doing it again.
Oh, I didn't even realize the nerd has the James Conner, Kyler Murray stack, the anti-correlation stack, the negative correlation stack.
Either way, he's got the goal line back in Arizona.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it works out great for me.
Mhm.
I'm
And
scoring
because
no
it's
matter
best
what.
ball, when Kyler is bad, James Conner, probably good.
I just can't believe that this guy has to be watching because.
Oh,
I was
no,
so
Michael
pumped
is fired.
It's only me and Mike. We're the only two to draft Rashad Bateman on these streams.
See, I was gonna take Bateman. I'm not gonna lie. I was if Mike didn't. So now I just have to go for upside here.
Davis.
And Corey Davis? No.
Yeah, no. Gabe.
You
Okay.
say upside and then draft Russell Gage. I'm going to be upset.
No, I have too much Atlanta Falcons, so I'm gonna go with Waddle.
Okay, that is real life upside.
Yeah.
Russell Gage is very limited athletically.
No, that's a
You're
floor
just
play.
banking on the targets.
Mike Davis was my floor play. I'm not taking 2 floor plays on the same team.
I've taught you well, Jordan. And how will
here's the
Steve
thing.
break my heart coming up here?
Okay.
We'll see what
Zach.
happens.
Right, Devontae
Right now, I'm torn between 2 rookies.
Rondale Moore and Elijah Moore.
Yeah, I say they both
Yep,
have the same
Moores.
last.
Yep.
Well, the good news is, whichever you do not take, I will
Perfect.
take.
In the words of Britney Spears, give me more.
Exactly.
Wait,
Give
you're
me,
not
give
doing-
me,
Hashtag
give me, give me.
Free Britney.
Oh,
I am going to take potentially the new Jamison Crowder, Elijah Moore.
Well, that's good because I wanted Rondale Moore because he,
Yes.
as a freshman in the in the Big Ten, which now Michigan is probably heading to the SEC. I don't know what's going on there, but soon enough we'll be able to say former SEC receiver because
Oh,
maybe
running back
Purdue
again.
goes there as well. Anyways, running back up next. Rondale Moore
Oh,
dominated the Big Ten as a freshman. He is a freak. His quads are magnificent. Rondale Moore is the future in Arizona.
And my guys at the top, are you going to take him or no?
Is it Tony Pollard?
Well, now you have
Absolutely.
to.
Because let's
I'm
just
a
look
big Tony Pollard guy. I'm a big fan.
at Tony Pollard, Dak Prescott stack because Tony Pollard does catch passes out of the backfield.
Absolutely.
Well, that was my pick. All right.
11th.
No, Fournette's right there. What are you talking about, Steve? That's your pick.
So
right?
I want you to go ahead and go back and check the tape. Let's time stamp this at about like 15 minutes in. I said, I'm going to punt running back because I already know that later on in this draft, I'm going to have any combination of Melvin Gordon, Leonard Fournette, and David Johnson.
And so now you're taking Leonard Fournette.
So now I'm taking Leonard Fournette to go with my Melvin Gordon and my Chase Edmonds. I will take the old veteran running backs that nobody else wants and stack them with my wide receivers. I'm good with that.
I didn't even think. What is the scoring format on this?
Half PPO.
Oh.
What does Jason prefer?
I mean, I'd rather get the full point. So yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, there was a correct answer, and you did answer correctly. So
just made me a little sick to see it.
Oh, Kenyon Drake got taken? Right. Oh my god.
Yep.
Get that Gus bus. Oh, you know what? Stack them up with Singletary, and then you have the Buffalo starter no matter what.
You know what? I did that. I did that. I don't know which one it was, but one of the Jacks Knows Best that I was on here actually did that, and I don't want to do that again.
I know who Jason wants here.
You felt real sick about it.
I felt sick about that Gus Edwards pick.
Who do I want here?
I know exactly. I'm going to wait till Mike's. Oh, no, David Johnson to Mike. So Jason will be taking who he thinks the RB1 is in New Orleans, Latavius Murray.
Okay, Jason, you keep believing that.
Jason is ready for that read option with Latavius Murray and Taysom Hill.
I mean, if Taysom Hill is the starting quarterback, he may not be entirely wrong. We saw that come to fruition last year.
Yeah.
The only question is, I'm really tempted to get Jamal, but I like Johnson too. So yeah, I have to go with it. It's my guy. That's starting running back for the Saints.
If Jameis Winston has been in this system for 2 years now, right? Or was it just last year?
Just last year.
This is just last year. So this will be his second year in the system. If he can't beat out a tight end to win the starting quarterback job, he's out of the league. There's no way anybody else signs him for even the veteran minimum. Not even to hold a clipboard.
Yep.
So we have Superflex on the board. You can take whatever your pretty little heart desires.
Whatever you like.
Not much.
There is not much left that my heart desires.
What else is on the wheel? I guess
what a great question.
2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, and a flex.
Okay.
So if you want a quarterback, this is your last shot at a third quarterback. But if you're good with just the 2, then take anything.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty stacked with my quarterbacks right now.
The bird quarterback.
But you don't get a chance to get another one, right?
Right. This is your last opportunity at a QB, which is why I'm saying if you want a third one.
Injury-wise, you can't come back in and get in.
No, this is it. You draft and then you're done.
I don't like that.
Jason just discovering that he does not like best ball.
I am not.
He didn't like best ball. He just came on the show.
He just wanted to best me at best ball. Wanted to see if Jason knows best. Well, guess what? You don't. That's why the show's named Jack Knows Best. Other arm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Jamal Williams. Sorry, Jason.
Yeah. We'll see what these other guys take, and I'll try and decide after that. Because there's a couple of people that I'm kind of looking at, and if one of these guys take them, I would.
So anyone looking at a quarterback here will be tempted by not by Tua Tagovailoa. He is off the board. It's a lot of mid-tier guys: Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield, Carson Wentz, the running phenom, Daniel Jones,
Jaden Kapla. My goodness.
Yeah.
You got the Chargers stack. Jared Cook and Justin Herbert. I don't feel good about Jared Cook in the 12th round. But.
That's what I was considering that we're making foolish picks, so he could have just waited.
Yeah, considering
he knows Jason's in this, so he just wanted to grab him before he could.
And Jason panics and takes the third quarterback.
Yes, absolutely. I actually really like Derek Carr.
Hines goes right before it can get to
if Mike, let me just say, Nyheim Hines was one of my guys. Okay, I was going to say if Mike took my guy, I was just going to let it auto draft. I am going to take Gabriel Davis just because I have Josh Allen and own pretty much all of the Buffalo Bills on my team.
Mike with Deshaun Watson. Yeah, he'll be the QB1 in Philly. Oh, no, Adam Trotman. No.
Oh.
I should have taken it. No! I thought it was going to be there.
All right. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Jack, he was at the top of my queue. So He was not going to make it to you anyway. It puts me in a real pickle, though.
That hurts.
Okay. Jack needs to put a cue up real quick, and then he can spin the wheel.
Well, I can't start a queue until Steve goes because I don't want him to know who I'm taking. Who's he go with? Oh, Irv Smith. All right. Well, I will be going with Paris Campbell, the wider, because I take a lot of Nelson Aguilar. I'm going to drop away from that and take Paris Campbell instead this time. Wide receiver 1 in Indianapolis. And another wide receiver. Nice. So I can get both of them. Woo!
Yeah, I was concerned that we wouldn't see tight end for a little while. So,
yeah, I've decided that I'm going to take tight end with my other flex, and then I'll be fine. I will survive.
Yeah, that was my thought too.
All right, so I'm looking at my 6th wide receiver here.
And he's going to take a shot on Cole Beasley.
I am going to take a shot on Cole Beasley.
Emmanuel Sanders, the real wide receiver 2 in Buffalo, still on the board.
I mean, like, in terms of, like, X and Z, yes.
Well, I figured, that Cole Beasley is probably going to get sick, and so Sanders is just going to be pumped and ready to go.
Jason has Gabe Davis as the wide receiver 2 there, so we're all over the place here.
Yeah, we have no idea.
As long as we agree Stephon Diggs is the one.
The only reason I'm willing to even invest in Cole Beasley here is because he's my 6th wide receiver, and it's best ball, so it doesn't matter. The bad weeks don't hurt me.
And it's the 13th round. When you get Cole Beasley in the 13th round, like, come on.
Yeah, like
he was going in like the 9th round earlier in the offseason before he got before he opened his mouth.
The field antics, yes.
Before he opened his mouth. If Cole Beasley didn't talk so much, people would love him still in fantasy. But say la vie. John Brown off the board, the guy that Emmanuel Sanders will be replacing. Does that mean you don't believe in Henry Ruggs there, Jordan?
Also a good one.
No, not really. I just think that John Brown is very underrated, and I think that he will have a big role on that offense. But I am a little worried. I am actually worried to see how it will end up in the end, because obviously Waller's the wide receiver 1 on that team. Like, let's not kid ourselves. And then the rest, I think, will have to settle itself out. Like, is Bryan Edwards going to be a factor? I feel like Ruggs will be, but like, what is the extent of it? And I think that Gruden sees something in John Brown. That he brought him in to.
Yeah, Gruden loves those old retreads from other teams, and I think that John Brown has a legitimate shot to be this year's Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy that nobody wants in fantasy, and all of a sudden has huge fantasy flex value on a weekly basis.
The thing that does worry me, though, is that, and I forget what episode you guys mentioned on, is that I know for a fact that he won't be playing in Denver because he has sickle cell trait.
Right.
So that's one thing that I always like. Keep a note of.
One game he'll be out.
One game at least, but I mean it's best ball, so it won't matter.
Right.
And another wide receiver. Woohoo! Jason took Emmanuel Sanders.
Oh, Jaden Kapla, pick of the draft. Maybe not in the 13th round. That's a little rich for my blood, but I respect
Carson Wentz and Michael Pittman stack.
Look at this team. Started with 6 straight running backs, and then is just ever since then has steered clear of them wisely, finally. But you got Tunyon and Cook, Mike Williams, Michael Pittman, Darnell Mooney, Justin Herbert, Carson Wentz. What an odd team. What an absolute travesty of a roster. Like, in a draft where there are 5 of us who are intentionally taking what a wheel randomly tells us to take, that's the roster you come away with.
Yeah, but I got all the running backs.
He's got them all.
Sorry, I missed. What are we picking for round 14?
It's another wide receiver.
Oh, God.
How do
you get a receiver, and you
Oh, no,
get a
wait.
receiver.
He's got week 1 Watkins. He'll be fine. Never mind. I take it all back. He'll be great.
Who does the nerd like in the late rounds? The nerd strikes me as a Tyrell Williams stan.
Bryan Edwards. Is it too early to take Devin Duvernay?
No. Oh no, where the heck is he? Is he? There he is. Okay, where's that? No, it's going to be upside here.
Deontay Harris?
Yeah.
The wide receiver 4. Well, I guess he's 3 because Michael
Well,
Thomas
no,
is
they
out.
signed Chris Hogan, so
Yeah.
probably the wide receiver 4.
Deontay Harris. That's your guy. That's the.
Well, what? I mean, it's his 6th wide receiver. It's
I'm
throw your dart at whoever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
What do you love about Deontay Harris? I must know.
He's fast.
Great.
No,
Great
I like him in space.
The John Gruden
I
analysis.
really like him in space. He's one of those people that is just underrated and doesn't get the opportunities. So if he does, it could be at least a couple times where he gets some big plays.
Well, he probably will be in the slot now that Michael Thomas is out and Marquez Callaway and Traquan Smith on the outside. And if Traquan Smith hasn't happened yet, it might never. So
I've written that off. That's
Keep
been
hoping, but
2 years of just like disappointment. So if it hasn't happened yet, I don't think it's going to.
well,
So what
Drew
do we
Brees is
have?
gone.
14th round. So we've got 4 left, and it should be a
2
flex
running
tight
backs.
end and 2 running backs.
yeah.
So other than the flex, this is our last shot at a wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I've speaking of writing off, I've written off my team. So I took Dynami Brown just because I have Fitzpatrick, and that was full upside pick.
Oh,
there.
perfect. Thank you, Todd. Okay. I was real torn between Jacoby Myers and Brian Edwards.
No!
And that just made it a lot easier.
I wanted Brian Edwards so badly.
All right. Pick your player and
Amari
spin that
Rodgers is
wheel
there,
of wow.
and so is Dwayne Eskridge.
Oh, what do I do here?
This looks like the 18th round. Like just considering how many wide receivers we've taken. Like you're making Jack pick MVS. There's no way
one is making him take MVS.
That's true.
Flex. Let's get flexy. And I think I
Sweet.
have to
So
take a
this
tight end
is
here.
the last chance to get wide receiver then, right?
Yes. So there's
Okay.
2 running backs and a tight end spot left.
All right. I could take I don't like the Anthony Ferguson, Ryan Tannehill stack as much as I like getting Gerald Everett here. Gerald Everett, he's an athlete. He has suspect hands, but he's an
He
athlete.
plays
Russell
football.
Wilson, Russ in the tight end position. I think it can happen.
So it's the 15th round. It's my last shot at a wide receiver, and I'm going to buy into the rumor mill.
Randall Cobb back to
Nice.
Green Bay.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
I struggle to believe that is the deciding factor in Aaron Rodgers staying in Green Bay is Randall Cobb's got to come back.
Well, I think the whole premise is that he wants another guy he can reliably count on to throw balls to other than Devontae Adams. So you've got Alan Lazard, who's shown flashes but can't stay healthy. You have MVS, who just drops everything that's thrown to him. So
40%.
at this point, you can't get a real wide receiver.
Can I call it Jordy Nelson next?
Yeah, right. He cleared
What's Donald
money.
Driver doing these days?
So if they
Nice
bring
pick,
in
Jordan.
Cobb and they put him in the slot, he's easily number 2 on that team in targets.
It completely destroys Amari Rodgers too, at least
Yeah.
for this season.
Hey, Amari Rodgers, he's still going to have the fake jet sweep role that Tyler Irvin used to have.
Oh,
He's going to run a lot of fake jet sweeps, which is great for fantasy.
The player that I will always have on all of my teams.
Of course, it's Josh.
Good pick.
oh God.
Do you
I mean,
think
there's-
Josh Palmer
there's
is
not
better?
a lot on the board that is sexy right
Oh
now.
my
So-
God! I just grabbed a tight end.
I know, it worked out
Yeah.
great for me.
We're gonna have running back to end this off. It's not gonna be pretty.
The fight for Ty Johnson.
Oh, you spun tight end there?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a fight for Ty Johnson because we already know the last 2 rounds are going to be running back, and you have the first pick of that next round.
Mwahaha.
So you're just going to take Ty Johnson.
The
'cause
race.
otherwise, you know he'll never get to you on the
And
last
then-
pick of the draft.
Jack, your actual last pick can be Tevin Coleman. You can just have all of them.
There you go.
Oh,
Complete the set.
why would
Each
I
sold
want
separately.
that? Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman is going to start week 1, and that's it.
That's why I take my best ball.
Whoa. That is a bold prediction. He's going to make it to week 1.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. He's that veteran leader. He's going to make the team. He's going to start week 1, and
Well,
then
he'll make the team, but he can get through preseason.
No.
Wow.
That's big if.
Do you
That
think they're
is-
really going to risk his health by making him play
Yeah.
the preseason?
Absolutely. Robert Saleh is just going to be running everybody out there. Oklahoma drills. Just
It's not Dan Campbell. Come on. This isn't the Lions. And what is the nerd going to do here at tight end?
Cole Kmet.
That's exactly what I was just going to say.
Why do you guys hate Cole Kmet so much?
I don't. He's top of
worried
my
that
queue
Jaden-
right now. I just know he's not going to
Jaden's
make it back.
take it. He knows, and I'm going to be so annoyed.
I have a lot of shares of Cole Kmet this offseason.
The Bears did just sign Jesse James, though.
Yeah, somebody's got to
yes,
hold
he
a
did call to
clipboard.
me.
All that means is Demetrius Harris doesn't have a job anymore.
What about Jesper Horsted? There's got to be like a prize if you can name every Bears tight end of the last 2 years, because there's been like 73 of them.
Yeah. Kmet,
What a franchise.
Jesse James.
Jesse James.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of he has a weird name, but he only came in like random times. Like,
It's a lot. Well, and then there's Ryan Nall, the running back who should be a tight end.
Right.
The Bears are a franchise. Oh no, Mike! How could you do this to me,
Nice.
Anthony
So-
Sperkser?
I could take my guy, Mo Alley Cox here, but I just won't.
Since
big
when
man.
is he your guy?
He's not my
He's
guy.
my guy. I've been hyping Mo Alley Cox. You've been
But you know
jumping
what?
all over me.
I am going to take my 5th
Jimmy Graham?
Buffalo Bill of the draft.
Wow.
Oh, Knox?
Oh, there you go. That's it.
Huh.
That's the ticket.
And his bye week is going to be the same week as Blake Jarwin, but it's okay because I have Kyle Pitts. So that's why I drafted tight end at the flex spot.
I would like to make it clear
Thank you.
that Mo Alley Cox has never been your guy.
Let me just say, because I know you mentioned this in the mock draft. I don't hate Mo Alley Cox. The Colts they use all three. They use 3 tight ends for the same position. So 1 week it will be Jack Doyle. 1 week, like Trey Burton led that team, or was the highest ranked, or I guess scored the most points at tight end, and he didn't play till week 4. So I just don't think there's going to be enough production from him just based on how the offense is run. I don't hate Mo Alley Cox. But if you guys want to take him, be my guest. You just still be very
JP Holton's
disappointed.
there. That's
You'll have like 1 or 2
Bears tight end I
good
was thinking.
games.
He was big for a whole week last year.
It just takes him. Like I said, you'll have 1 or 2 good weeks.
It's my 3rd tight end.
Yeah, I know.
And he doesn't have the same bye week as either of my other 2 tight ends, which is the best compliment you can give to any tight end in the draft.
Jack, spin.
Whoa. You're going to take Dan
Ooh.
Arnold when Optimus Prime is still sitting there on the board waiting to be taken?
I do not want Eric
Wow.
Ebron.
Wow.
Dan Arnold's the only big receiver on that team. Everyone else is small and skinny, and we're going with Dan Arnold because he's the only big guy there. And then we're going to go off the rails here. We're going to shoot for upside because it doesn't really make a lot of sense to have Ty Johnson. If I'm taking Michael Carter that early, it means I'm betting on him. So in this build, I'm going with Xavier Jones because there is a world where Darrell Henderson can't handle the workload. He never had over 60% of his snaps played in any game this year. Malcolm Brown was always a factor even when Cam Akers was injured. So why not Xavier Jones?
Why not Jake Funk?
Because Jake Funk is smaller and a receiving back, and he's not the one getting the hype right now.
Fair enough.
You want the funk? Oh, Chuba.
I do love Jake Funk. I'm worried that they love Xavier Jones now.
Well, you know what, Jack? If you're not going to take him, then I will. So
Thank you. I think that was
you
the right
knew he
decision.
was never going to come back. I mean,
No,
Jack has the last pick of the draft, so we all had at least 2 opportunities to go through and snipe that.
I mean, have you seen what's left on the
Oh.
board? Like,
Yeah.
Ty Johnson, Candle in the Wind. Gonna miss you, bud.
Evans is a good one.
Okay, so now it's to me, right? It's my
Yep.
turn?
And we're
Yeah.
going back-to-back running back here.
Perfect. Because I think that with all this news on Cohen being slow to come back, that this is going to be the guy that I want.
Okay.
Not a bad pick.
I thought he was going to say with Saquon Barkley slow to come back, I'm taking
I know,
Devontae Booker.
that's close. It's very close. I'm hoping that he comes back, but we'll see.
Devontae Booker is not good.
He seemed just fine last year.
Are you going to spin that wheel or what?
I can.
You didn't even spin it this time. Lazy hosting.
We knew what it was. Fine,
we always
back.
know what it is, and you always spin it.
Yeah, but do I know if it's red running back or yellow running back?
Exactly.
Yellow running back.
Spit in the face of this game. How dare you?
Red running back.
Thank you. That's all the people at home wanted to know.
Oh, this is huge.
I don't think that's the only thing they want to know. I think they want to know what the nerd's going to do. What running back is Jason going to take here?
If he's coming back to me, I'm absolutely taking him again.
Who's him?
Either
Booker.
Josh Kelly or Justin Jackson.
Yeah, none of us can snipe you, so.
Devontae Booker, really? You Barkley is fine. He's going to be.
That.
He's cutting on sand. He's fine. He's going full go. Devontae Booker is just a guy. He is not a good running back. He is irrelevant, and he's not going to have a role unless Saquon Barkley misses time.
Here's the real story of this draft. How does Jaden finish things off here?
RB7 for sure.
He's got Herbert and Wentz. He's got those 6 running backs. He's got Tunyon
and
receivers
are pretty solid.
Oh, Booker off the board. Oh, a good 18th round pick by Jaden Kaplan.
Deshaun Jackson. So there goes Booker. The hopes and dreams squashed.
Week 1 of Jaden Kaplan. Sammy Watkins and Deshaun Jackson, they're both going off in a week 1. And then not again the rest of the year.
Williams, Pittman, Mooney, Watkins, Lazard, AJ Green.
Joshua Kelly. That's a good pick.
I think it's fine.
So Justin Jackson probably gets cut unless
that is my worry, yeah.
Unless they keep him unless they keep him over Roy Roundtree for the or Larry Roundtree. I don't know. He doesn't matter unless they keep him over for the special teams. Joshua Kelly though is still the RB2 there. He's better than both those guys.
Just tough. I'm hoping that this offseason has really allowed him to get better and learn the offense more and be effective. That's my big worry for him.
I homered here. Not gonna lie.
Marlon Hawkins.
Good for you.
Marlon Mack.
I also homered. If that makes you feel any better.
It doesn't.
Okay. Where's the shot?
Todd needs a backup tight end. He does realize there are bye weeks that exist, right?
It's Todd.
He's got Mike Gesicki.
Oh.
I thought he had Kels.
No.
Or just going the other way. This is the other way.
All right. Here's a moment of truth, Todd.
He's not going to do it. He's going to take running back. Dawson Knox.
Oh,
all right. I've only got 4 running backs on my roster. This is RB5. So it's already a huge risk. But when healthy, he's the best guy left on the board. So I got to take the shot on Tariq Cohen coming back mid-season and giving me value. And then just have Edmonds and Cohen catching passes with all my wide receivers.
Williams there. That's the problem. Williams is there.
So we know at some point
matter.
Wayne Gallman's going to have a 3-touchdown game, right? It's going to happen.
Weird.
And with my running backs, I need upside because this is bad. We are shooting pure upside. So that 2 boom week game or those 2 boom weeks from Wayne Gallman, it's going to help.
I actually tweeted that when he got signed that he will have that kind of day, and you'll see people use all their FAAB to pick him up, and then he'll just disappear into the wind.
Yeah. Like Jeff Wilson.
Exactly.
He'll take the Jeff Wilson role for the first 5-6 weeks, and then when Jeff Wilson's healthy and comes back, he'll be relegated to the bench.
And that's all I need with this roster. We're playing for upside with this roster with these running backs. We were forced into a heavy wide receiver build. Davante Adams with the 101 was an interesting decision. And then with my second round pick, we had Dallas Goedert. But tight ends, yeah, I don't feel good about my tight ends.
Even when forced to take an early one.
Yeah, I got the last early one, so like
that's the problem too. Like when we're doing this exercise, I feel like being in the middle isn't terrible because you never get the best of a tier, but you never get the worst either.
Yeah.
So like you got Davante Adams in the first round, but then in the second round it came back and you were on the back end of tight end. You had to take the fifth guy who was still on the board, and you knew Kelsey wasn't going to be one of our group anyway. So
yeah.
Just barely.
It hurt a lot, but Gerald Everett, he could have some spike weeks because Russell Wilson is hopefully going to cook this year. Maybe someone lets him cook. Probably. Well, at least Shane Waldrum is bringing with him to the Seahawks that 3 wide set, 1 tight end on the field. So it will be Gerald Everett will be on the field a lot because he's getting better than Will Dissly. That is for sure. More athletic, and so
low bar.
It's a low bar, but being on the field with Russell Wilson is a good thing. And then Dan Arnold, he's the biggest wide receiver because he's not a tight end. He's a wide receiver, but he's the biggest pass catcher in Carolina. Going to play a lot of that big slot while Ian Thomas does the dirty work blocking. So Dan Arnold could have those spike weeks as well. Wide receivers, I would have liked to get Aaron Rodgers with this Davante Adams and Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Probably would have gone different with Marquez Valdes-Scantling in hindsight. Don't feel great about that. But the rest of the team, phenomenal. A.J. Brown in the 3rd round. That was the steal of the draft. Michael Gallup stacking him with Dak Prescott. We know my love for Will Fuller. He is just a best ball machine. And finally stayed healthy last year. And he's only missing 1 game of PED suspension. So let's just hope he's gotten clean and he is healthy and can pass those drug tests now. And let's go Will Fuller. And Rondale Moore is like Will Fuller Jr. He is just ready to explode onto the scene. He is so athletic, so fast, so versatile. Can't wait to see him. And you can say the same thing about Paris Campbell and Nelson Aguilar. They are just fast. Campbell, not as much of a deep threat. He's more of a after-the-catch guy. But Aguilar, deep threat. Valdes-Scantling, deep threat when he catches the ball. So a lot of upside with his wide receiver core. We just have to hope these running backs can support me long enough to stay in the hunt. David Montgomery, he's a good RB1 to have in a strong wide receiver build. Michael Carter, he's an okay wide receiver too. Tony Pollard, it's kind of where we're getting stretched at running back 3, even though if something happens to Zeke, he is possibly the running back 1. Xavier Jones and Wayne Gallman, we're just hoping for upside in that NFC West because we know that the 49ers like a committee, and it's possible that the Rams want a committee with Darrell Henderson. So I do feel pretty good about this team. Jack, once again, it does seem like Jack knows best.
Well, I wish I would have been able to get Montgomery there when we had that pass through, but unlike when I chose in our flex week to go Travis Kelce in the 1st round, which was a horrible mistake that cost me dearly, the wheel was nice to me when I chose wide receiver over running back here, I believe, because I got Lamar and Joe Burrow. You can't get much better than that in a best ball. Plus, they don't share a bye week. That's always the thing, right? Yeah. Running back, I got Chase Edmonds, Melvin Gordon, Leonard Fournette. I got Gainwell, who's the pass-catching back in that Boston Scott role now in Philadelphia. I've got Tariq Cohen, who's the pass-catching back in Chicago when he comes back healthy. I feel like I've got pass catchers and upside plus the veterans in Gordon and Fournette that hopefully give me that solid RB2 base to go with Chase Edmonds as my RB1. That's never going to really win me a week because of my running backs, but they shouldn't cost me any weeks. And then I just stacked wide receiver as aggressively as possible. I've got Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson. I've got 2 top 5 guys at the position. Jamar Chase, who I have as a top 15 player. Not to mention I've got Michael Thomas, again, going 3 wide receivers early. Allowed me to take Thomas as my 4th. And when he's back healthy, he's a borderline top 10 guy. You've got Elijah Moore with the upside. Cole Beasley, the consistent floor for the bye weeks. Hopefully Bryan Edwards turns into the wide receiver 1, not pass catcher 1 because we know that's Waller, but wide receiver 1 in Las Vegas. And then Randall Cobb, because why not? He's my 8th wide receiver. Take a chance, see if the storybook reunion plays out with Aaron Rodgers there. And then I got Andrews, who like I said, I feel like he's in a purgatory tier by himself at tight end 5, but better than what was available at that point. And I took 2 younger guys in Irv Smith and Mo Alley Cox just for the upside.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid team there, Steve. But I got to say it, as the judge here, my team's better, and I apologize.
See, I know you like to say that, but you can't argue with my wide receivers, and you're the one that consistently says Lamar is the number 1 quarterback. So I know you can't argue with that.
These are facts, but I still got the wide receiver 1 in Devontae Adams.
He's also the number 1 running back for his team. So.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Jordan, break it down with the Buffalo Washington Bills.
Let's sift through this dumpster fire. Okay, quarterback. You know what? We lucked out where quarterback was. They were all on the board when we got to choose. I chose Josh Allen. I don't know if I actually would have if I didn't have Stephon Diggs. So, because I kind of seen a regression there, but I still think he'll have a great season. And I did reach on Ryan Fitzpatrick, but I think that he can have a phenomenal year, so I'm not too upset about it. Running backs, yeah, we kind of got screwed by the wheel. Mike Davis, that was floor play. I think he'll have a ton of rushes. I don't know if he's got a lot of PPR upside. Zach Moss, I think he's the RB1. Hopefully he can, pull himself away from where Singletary is and lead that backfield. Gus Edwards, didn't like that pick, was forced to take a running back. He's got no PPR upside, so I just got to hope that he has some really good weeks, if he's the primary ball carrier one week or another, because you never know with them, especially
and the goal line work.
And the goal line work, exactly. And Ty Johnson, Jack says he's an RB1 in New York, so I'm kind of hoping you're right, because otherwise that pick's probably going to be wasted. And then Marlon Mack, I think Marlon Mack can have some good weeks. The Marlon Mack one wasn't. I think that there might be a few weeks where like Jonathan Taylor, like the Colts might be up by a lot, and they'll just put Marlon Mack in. He'll just get all like the all the work that he would get.
Salted away work.
Yeah, exactly. So
and
I think that's okay.
One of those guys too right now that especially in best ball, I'm willing to take a chance on, because he's in that Royce Freeman, Melvin Gordon, Marlon Mack. What's the other one I mentioned? I forget it at this point. But the guys that David Johnson, guys that could potentially end up traded to the Rams now that they're trying to make a push and they need to add another body.
I actually never thought about that Marlon Mack being a candidate. He definitely could, because they still have Wilkins, so they're not really like, they don't need Marlon Mack. But it would be funny that to replace the guy who tore his Achilles with the guy who's coming off an Achilles injury.
Right.
Well, that might be the best possible thing for Cam Akers, to have a professional come into the building and say, "Hey, kid, this is how you rehab. I can help you." Take him under his wing, and then Marlon Mack eventually cedes the job back to him, because Cam Akers is way better than Marlon Mack. Who are we kidding?
Right.
I do like my wide receivers. Like Diggs is great. Keenan Allen, fantastic wide receiver 2. You have a Courtland 2, wide receiver 3, who could put up wide receiver 1 numbers if everything goes well. Curtis Samuel, I think going to that offense is just these values have skyrocketed. Same with Jalen Waddle. I am worried overall about the Dolphins. Just there's so many bodies, and a little like if Tua doesn't really improve, then there's not going to be that many targets to receive, but I think Jalen Waddle will have a few good weeks to justify this pick in best ball. Same with Gabe Davis, that's an upside play. John Brown, I think he's going to succeed in the Gruden offense, and then Dynamic Brown, same as the Waddle rookie who could have great upside in an offense that seems like it's going to be high flying with Fitzmagic at the helm, and then the tight ends. Pitts, ultimate upside play. Right. Considering I got him in the second round and I had to pick him. So I hope that works out, because if not, that's what a wasted pick that'd be. And then Jarwin, as long as Dalton Schultz doesn't screw that up, I think that's a good play. I think he'll be very relevant in that offense. And then Zach Ertz will get traded to Buffalo. He'll have a bye week of week 7. And thank goodness I had Pitts, because him and Jarwin have the same bye week. So yeah, overall, I don't feel great about it, but it could be worse.
Yep.
And we'll close things out with the new one to the show, that FF nerd. And so he did make the mistake of taking 3 quarterbacks in a best ball. That's okay. He didn't know.
I mean, it's not a terrible move.
Yeah. I mean, I think Derek Carr always has one big week against Kansas City, and I think that will be a QB 1 week. So I might as well take him for that option. But Kyler's clearly going to be the one who gets a majority of the looks. He'll be probably the top 10 guy. Same with Ryan. just will probably alternate weeks because Murray has the upside. It's just going to be I'm pretty happy with quarterbacks overall, and I like the fact that I'm able to stack at least Ryan and Carr with wide receivers. So, of course, I had to get my favorite running back in Damian Harris here, and I'm just pumped for it because he's just going to be the guy, and especially when Jones finally comes in, he's going to be excellent. I'm excited to see how that works out.
You're not worried about James White? You're not worried about Ramondre Stevenson? You're not worried about Sony Michel?
Right? No, I love it. And this is all great for the Rams. They can have any one of those as an option.
I love Damian Harris.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I am surprised at the stats that Sony put up last year, but again, not somebody I'm going to trust. James Robinson's the next guy that I'm interested in just because of the fact that he's at the beginning of the year, he's probably going to be the one who gets at least the goal line work. And so, as you can see, that's like the next 3 people are all people that I expect to get goal line work and be the ones who score the touchdowns. So pretty happy with the fact that I should get at least a couple touchdowns off of those guys with Connor Murray. And, since Hill's going to be the starting quarterback, he needs Murray back there to help him out. Then went upside with Damian Williams and Joshua Kelly, just hoping that they become pass catchers and help give some relief to the running backs in Chicago and LA. Then I'm super pumped this is my first time actually getting Calvin Ridley. So the fact that I went, my first 3 rounds are almost always running back. So I definitely would have gone with Jaden's choices here. And 6 is a little extreme for me, but at least 4 in the first 6 rounds, I can kind of see getting running backs. But wide receiver, I got Calvin Ridley, have him stacked with Ryan. Excellent choice there. Robert Woods, I was really hoping to get Stafford because that would have been a great stack as well. But Woods is just such a consistent player. He's going to get the rushing work, especially now that Akers is gone. He's going to get additional work there. Kenny G is the upside play as well as Henry Ruggs. They both are long ball guys. Ruggs with Carr kind of makes me nervous, but I saw a lot of long ball last year with Carr, so this could be another big opening with Aguilar gone. Have them more opportunities. Beasley likely to get 6, so Sanders steps in, has that role completely fine there. Deontay Harris an upside play, and of course my boy Josh Palmer. I have to go homer there and just enjoy the talent that is Josh Palmer.
We won't fight you on the Canadian. Yeah, we won't fight you on the Canadian ever, Jason. If you want to be a Josh Palmer fan with Jordan and I, you're welcome.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to keep that in mind because of the fact that the talent's there, and while I like Tyron Johnson to be probably the longer ball guy, the fact that he can get jump balls makes Palmer interesting. And then, of course, Kittle was an easy pick for me, being the second one that I really got to choose. And then I'm a huge Cole Kmet guy, so I got him as my second tight end, and it worked out great for me. And luckily, none of the same buys that really conflicted and caused any issues there, so I should be set.
And that's going to do it from our breakdown of our teams on Jack Knows Best. And as the judge, we'll have to put it to the polls, but I think I win again, friends. I think
you always
I win
think
again.
that, but I don't know. We'll let the public decide.
We'll let the public decide, but just remember, I am the judge. It is my show. I make the rules, and I say Jack wins.
No.
Court adjourned.
Never agreed to that.
All right, before we get out, Steve, do you want to tell the people who we have coming on next week in case I mess it up again?
Yeah, well, I mean, that is kind of your thing, but it's all right. So next week, we will have a very special episode of Jack Knows Best, and it will be a draft battle, 6-on-6, important nonsense versus Ball Blast fantasy football. So we're very excited to have them on, and it's going to be very interesting. So we're looking forward to that.
That's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait. Jordan, do you have any pluggables to plug before we get on out of here?
Yeah. As always, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Donald McJordan. It's I almost screwed up again. Right there. You can see it right there. Spelled that way. Not my real name. I actually switched my name around. You guys know. I just want to say that Jason, you seem to be surrendering because you put up the white flag. So I'm assuming that you don't have the best team. But yeah, sorry, Jason had to get that in there.
I also have the best view, so it worked out.
It took him an hour and 20 minutes, but he got in the white flag joke.
The first moment Jason had his backdrop up, I had it waiting.
Oh, man, that's amazing.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us, Jason. It was an absolute pleasure. And you can find him at that FF Nerd. Any other parting words before we go?
Got nothing, man. Just excited to be here and have the opportunity to hang out with you guys again. It's definitely going to be fun when football actually starts up. So,
and don't let Jordan sell himself short either. Check out that Cortland Sutton piece on Important
Yeah,
Nonsense.
it's a very good piece. I had really fun writing it. Yeah, check it out. It's on the website, importantnonsense.com.
Should be on the main page still, and if it's like getting pushed back in the queue, go to the player profiles section.
I really expected Jason to say, "Nah, man, let's watch some football."
Football's not here yet, so I can't say nah, man, yet.
Exactly.
No, it's not here, but when it is here, you can find us, the three of us together, every Friday night on our new podcast that we will be breaking out come September. I can't wait. That's going to be a lot of fun getting to work with you guys once again. But until then, you can find us every Monday night at 8:00 p.m. Eastern for Jack Knows Best. And you can use promo code NONSENSE when you sign up for a free $25. So until then, don't forget to keep up the nonsense.